Ford Foundation has pledged to invest 2.5 billion shillings in East Africa, including Kenya, to aid in the fight against corruption.
Mimi nataka niulize watu wa Ford Foundation, hiyo pesa wanatoa ifanye fujo ndio wapate faida gani? Shame on them.
Ford's mission is to support organizations that are able to transform society towards social justice.
Because they are sponsoring violence against our democratic nation.
We support numerous NGOs who represent the interests of Kenyans in various parts of the country, rural and urban.
We want peace.
Thriving and open civic space, a place to advocate for ideas and to hold leaders, institutions, and companies accountable. Imagine the world today without this moment.
The Berlin Wall is torn down as elated spectators cheer.
Have you ever wondered what it takes to make the world a fairer place for everyone?
Challenges we face today are becoming more complex, each of them rooted in what we believe is the defining issue of our time.
The Ford Foundation is dedicated to finding the answer.
One word to describe the Ford Foundation is inspiring.
Awesome, vibrant,
innovative,
staggering,
committed to justice.
Since 1936, this global nonprofit has been fighting inequality.
It's the structural forces that make some folks' voices powerful and other folks' voices silent.
And promoting social justice. Founded by Henry and Edsel Ford, the foundation supports initiatives that tackle economic disparities, protect human rights, and enhance education. Through its grants and partnerships, the Ford Foundation empowers communities, sparks creativity, and drives positive change, striving to create a world where everyone has a chance to thrive.
Heart is with you. Kids, your generation is going to save us from ourselves, because us oldies, we have become apathetic and we've lost our drive. But you guys in this generation, you're going to be the ones to keep the planet spinning. Anguka Nayo.
The anarchy in Kenya, those who are behind the sponsoring the chaos in the Republic of Kenya, shame on them, because they are sponsoring violence against our democratic nation.
Have you ever felt the weight of broken promises? In Kenya, that weight sparked a movement on June 18, 2024, when the government proposed tax hikes
Bill of 2024 is attacking even
that pushed struggling citizens to their limit.
We can't even afford diapers for the kids anymore. There are no vaccines in the hospitals for the children. We need this government to do something.
President William Ruto's administration introduced steep increases in fuel taxes and other levies.
Ukasema mara na huku juu watu 300 wanapangwa. Tuenda wapi? Unatupanga na kazi yenye hakuna kwa nini? Alafu kesho tukose kuandamana majenzi.
Seen as a betrayal in a time of economic hardship.
And I mean very soon it will be extremely difficult to make money. The only way you become rich will be if you're born into a rich family or if you're scamming people. Making money legally will be extremely difficult.
These measures fueled the flames of public outrage, turning financial frustration into powerful protests.
Mimi nataka niulize watu wa Ford Foundation, watuambie hiyo pesa wanatoa ifanye fujo ndio wapate faida gani?
Kenya is a critically important democracy. Our mission is in part to advance and support democratic institutions and democracies around the world. And there's no more country important in this regard than Kenya.
The Ford Foundation has committed $1 billion of our endowment to mission-related investments, MRIs, a type of impact investment, and a start toward using more of our assets for social impact.
It has been essential to Demos's growth over the past nearly 20 years. But there was a real moment, a catalytic moment, when Ford decided to invest in the institution of Demos with a multi-year build grant.
We support numerous NGOs who represent the interests of Kenyans in various parts of the country, rural and urban. And the hope is by doing this, we can help support strengthen democracy in Kenya.
On July 16th, the US-based Ford Foundation denied accusations by Kenyan President William Ruto that it was sponsoring violent protests in Kenya. The Ford Foundation issued a statement in response to reports of a letter from the Kenyan Ministry of Foreign and Diaspora Affairs. It emphasized its transparent grant-making process, which is readily available on their website. They deny funding or sponsoring recent protests against the finance bill and maintain a strictly non-partisan policy for all their grant-making. While they acknowledge Kenyans' right to peaceful advocacy, they denied any actions or speech promoting violence against institutions, individuals, or communities. They further state that they fund many NGOs in Kenya. There is no valid proof that the Ford Foundation is funding the current protest in Kenya.
Haji was trying to put up a team together to craft lies and propaganda and attribute the chaos that were in the country to leaders, I included, former President Uhuru Kenyatta and others. Yet it is very clear, and the President has admitted, that these protests were caused by the anger of the people of Kenya and their refusal of Finance Bill 2024.
Public Benefit Regulatory Authority launched a probe into the activities of a number of NGOs currently operating in the country.
Kenyan government has released the names of some NGOs.
The dispatch attributed to the funding to the recent spate of deadly protests by the youth in Kenya,
saying they were receiving funds from the Ford Foundation.
Why is it so hard for the president and other politicians to believe that the Gen Z are a woke and fearless generation? They do not need to be told what to do or be funded by anyone. They just want a bright future for Kenya. Full stop. Is that so hard to believe?
Some have said this is a revolution in Kenya. The protests experienced did not have a leader. For now, there is no evidence of who is funding the protests.